And hello, welcome to this evening's live stream of Signal 13 Racing and the Carrera Cup. We're here at Alsace Village in the heart of France. Oui, oui. All right, we have cars on the track, and it appears that probably started qualifying here. Sorry, I was away from the microphone there. All right, so we are doing 40 minutes here, and these are Porsche Carrera street cars with some tuning done to them. And, well, not really tuning, but computer for the engine management, weight reduction, no aerodynamics, no body modifications other than making it lightweight. Racing tires, no brakes, brake balance is adjustable. Sorry, I had to get a little drink there. But it looks like daylight, no rain, and clear skies, clear track. 4-fan here in. There's J-Mac, as always, leading the way. Got Newbie, went back into pits because of the penalty. Snafu Ramon closing in, getting into traffic. Oh, somebody went with a little wide there. That's Don P. There's 4-fan. Snafu, Ron Burgundy. Snafu's right on him. Then Don P. Old School. Rotten Crowd is back. Drew. We'll just say Drew. How's that? Alright, so we have 11 cars in here. And my car makes 12. J-Mac closing in on the number 11 place. Drew got around him. Very tight bit here. And sounds like Drew went off. Left, right, getting uphill to the top of the hill, then down with a little corner in it. We can go ahead and take a look at this track layout. And there we are. So there's 17 corners, I believe. Yeah, 16 and 17 are not marked there, but those are the last two right as you get to the pit stop. So we'll go ahead and J-Mac is in the pits. So we'll get back in here. Alright, so let's go with Newbie. We'll put the track. Here comes into turn 1 and back into the pits. Alright then. So we'll go off there. Snafu Ramon and Ron Burgundy. So we got them going around the track here on the 4th lap. 7 minutes into this. So J-Mac, Doobie second, Snafu third, Forfan, or Double F, Ray 3, in 5th, Ron Burgundy 6th, Old School in 7th, Jim Shady in 8th, Don P 9th, Rotten Crowds in the pits, and then Drew down here in 11th. So why don't we go ahead and look at the standings for this race series. And here are the standings. We've got J-Mac in the lead, Matt second, Castro in third, Not Jim Shady in fourth, Snafu fifth, Yellow Switches sixth, Forfan in seventh, and Ricky B in eighth. Looks like some of these people are missing from the race today, so got a little bit of room. J-Mac can actually get some more of a lead on these drivers, and some drivers will mood up. Jim Shady's in here, Forfan's in here, Snafu. I think Castro is missing, and not sure about Matt. Matt might be one of these other names that we don't have. So we'll go back off here, go back to the live stream. J-Mac chillin'. Newbie is as well. Forfan. There's 4 and 4. See if he can move up the grid a little wide. Really pushing that front end. Is just really pushing. All right. He's cruising through here. Tight right-hander. Goes uphill. Can take it with a pretty good bit of speed. Pretty sweeping left-hander here. Down into a really sharp right. There we go. Just a little kink to the right. Pretty quick, but can easily get it wrong. Leading into this left-hander, which is moderately fast. And then a really sweeping right-hander here, which would be number 8, 9 into the second pit. $11 heading up here to $12, and then a little kink, $13, and then another little kink right there, $14. Here's $15. This is $16, and then a little $17. Back to the front straight and the start finish. Or finds himself in 4th place. Ron Burgundy. Looks like qualifying is over. We see some hazard lights on. Reaching for a folder here. There we go. Got a piece of paper here with some commands on it. There we go. All right. So looks like we've got the race getting ready to begin. All right. So we got a little time here. There's Alsace again. We can go ahead and look at the qualifying positions. So there's J-Mac on the pole, Newbie second, Snafu third, 4 and 4th, Ray 5th, Ron Burgundy sixth, Old School in 7th, Jim Shady in 8th, and then we got Don P in 9th, Rotten Kraut 10th, and Drew in 11th. So there's our starting grid. Should be starting soon. We can look and see if we have any messages on Discord. See if anything's going on crazy. And doesn't look like it. Looks like everything is good to go. So just waiting for them to get the lobby ready. We can go ahead and see what race is coming up next week in the series, and that'll be Monza with no chicane, so one of the faster tracks in the game and on the planet. So that should be pretty exciting stuff. No real turn 1 problems with the chicane missing. All right, so we're getting in here. So let's spectate. Let's go change our replay options. There we go. There's our pole leader, J-Mac. All right, so here we go. And they're off. All right, here we go into turn 1. Everybody's being good from the looks of it. There we go. Everyone's safely through. J-Mac still in the lead. Newbie is following. And got a little bit of a Ray goes a little wide. 4 keeps the position. Looks like 5th and 6th are battling it out. We're on board with Ron Burgundy here. Whoa, a little slide there. It's coming on. Oh, he made a nice move there. Ray's fighting back. He's got the inside line on Ron Burgundy. Ron's keeping it high, coming in, going to make the over-under. Can he get the pass done here? He's moved on the inside. This is the breaking point right here. Oh, a little contact. Ray keeps the position. Ron is still right behind him. Let's get back in here. Oh, we got a pass here for 7th and 8th. Jim Shady is working on Old School. Old School holds him off. Here we go into 16 and then 17 here. Back to the front straight to finish lap 1. He's moving on the inside. He's got the preferred line on Old School. Old School's swinging it on the outside so he can get a run on this little straight. He's coming back at him, jumping back into his slipstream here. Deciding not to make an attempt here. There's some other better opportunities coming up. Let's see. Oh, somebody just went out on the grass there. Don P. Followed by Rottenkraut. Alright, looks like J-Mac is still in the lead, but we've got a battle for second place. Newbie's holding on. Snafu is right on his tail. Let's get on board, get behind Snafu. His tires are really complaining. Into the braking zone. Sounds like he's got a little throttle and brake at the same time there to keep the car stable. So you go up and then down the hills. Is he going to make a move into 15? Ooh, little twitch by Newbie. And a little wide. Oh, almost nailed the wall there. Forfan is right on Snafu's tail as they go up the straight stretch here. Pulling a little distance between 5th place Ron and 4th place 4. But we got a good battle here for 3rd, 4th, and 2nd. Nice explanation of order there. And we'll go back and see if anything's going back with any of these. Looks like these drivers are fairly evenly spread out for now. Still got a battle up here for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. 1st place really hasn't broken free. So still a pretty good battle here for the front. J-Mac is holding off Newbie. Newbie in 2nd by half a second. Forfan is making a run, but I think he's too far back to make a dive. Snafu goes defensive. 4 gets a better run off the corner, but not close enough to make a bid for 3rd place. 2nd place has got a little bit of breathing room, but not a lot. Snafu's right there. 4 is right there too. Did Forfan get a run? It's too short of a straight stretch to really get any slipstream and move attempts. You really are constantly turning left and right here as he goes a little wide, but not off the track. Let's not get on Forfan's car. I seem to watch him every time he runs off the track. See J-Max still in the lead. Newbie in 2nd. Snafu is right on his tail. So we'll go on board with Snafu. That car's really pushing through those corners. Clipping that apex into this pretty fast left-hander. If you get it right, it's great. If you get it wrong, you go off on that grass and it's awful. And this one, try to get a late apex and get a run through this. This is always a good place to try to make some room. And then heavy braking into the right-hander here. Easy to go off, going into or coming out of. And this one's easy to really push and go a little wide right into that guardrail there. Straight out of here. Then brake before you get to that little inflatable. Here we go into 15, 16, and 17. Almost kissed that wall. Looks like second place is really closed in on J-Mac. There we go. He's right there. Closing in on the back. So we do have a battle for the lead. Newbie's really pushing J-Mac. Just 0.2 back, which is nothing. That's just one slight mistake and make a pass. Here we go. Not close enough to make a move. He's still pushing. Into the sweeping left and into the big right hand high speed banking, which you think you can go a little faster in than you can. Coming out onto pit straight 2. Here we go. Getting ready to head back up the hill. There we are. This is 13. There's 14. Down into 15. Is he making a move? He poked his nose in there, but didn't quite get it done. See if he can get it, run into turn 1. He's really pushing him. J-Mac is not cracking into the pressure. Good evening, Miss Devious. Nice to have you in the lobby. Newbie's really pushing J-Mac. Snafu is closed right in on the back as well. Good battle for first, second, and third place. Newbie's really making J-Mac work for this lead. All the tires look still pretty good. 10 minutes into the race. 30 to go, so see if you can have a perfect race here, because that's what's going to take to win. J-Mac is going to have to make no mistakes. Newbie's right there. Newbie is set a purple sector. So he's the fastest car on the track, which can take advantage of the slipstream from P1. All right, let's see if anything else is going on back here. 4 fans in 4th by 2 seconds and 1 second. Ron Burgundy's 5th, and Jim Shady in 6th. Old School 7th, Ray in 8th. Rotten Kraut in 9th, and Don P. Oh, got a little into the back of Rotten Kraut. Rotten Kraut jumping. And there's Don P. in 10. And Drew in 11th. Let's see what's going on up front. Newbie is still right on his tail, showing the nose and inside of J-Mac. Will he try something here? Not close enough. I think he just kind of waiting it out. Feeling it out, seeing if J-Mac will make a mistake. And then if those two make a mistake, Snafu is right there to take advantage and get a sneaky spot if he can. Those tires really complaining going through that high speed turn. Newbie dropped back a little bit. It's kind of an accordion ebb and flow through these fast sections and slow sections. Still just a half second between first and second, and then another half second between second and third as we go down into 14, 15, 16, and 17. Did it get a little tap in the back there? Almost looked like it. Not enough to do any damage or any harm to anybody's race. Drew, I think. There's Drew back there in 11th. Still fighting it out there for 10th and 9th, 10th, and 11th. There's Drew P. Pretty good looking car. This is not an easy car to drive. Gotta get you were able to get ballast in the car, so you could put the ballast forward or back or middle, which would definitely have an effect on the handling of the car. I'm not one for tuning, so I wouldn't be able to tell you one way or the other of how to do it. So I think this is BarkBox. Okay, so some pet sponsored racing action here. So Drew's hanging on there to 9th place and 10th place. There's Old School and Don P. Rotten Kraut just up the road from there. Jim Shady up there in 6th. Looks like Ron Burgundy is caught up to 4Fan. Got a little battle here for 4th and 5th. Is he making a move on the inside? 4Fan thinks better of fighting back. Ron Burgundy makes the path, but 4Fan looks like he's trying to come back on the straight stretch. Can he get him into turn 1? Ron's on the inside. 4Fan got a better line, might be able to get a better run. Ron runs a little wide, loses a little traction. 4Fan's right there on him as they go through. Ron's looking squirrely. He's really pushing that Porsche as much as he can. 4Fan is following right in his tire tracks. It's like Ron's pulling a little bit on him. Let's see what's going on back at the front. J-Mac by 0.8 seconds. Newbie, it's got a second and a half on third. So, still got a battle there going on for first and second place. Ooh, Jim goes a little wide, but gathers it back up. He's got a second on him. And he sets a fastest lap sector. And looks like we may have lost a driver. We'll go check on that here in a little bit. As we go down 14, 15, 16, 17 complex. There we go. All right, let's see what we got going on. Don P. Drew up to 10th, so yeah, we did lose somebody. Yep. Looks like Ron Burgundy and Forfan are still duking it out for that 4th place position. Not sure about fuel usage. Should have enough to get to the end, it looks like. We're 17 minutes into a 40-minute race and still have over half tank. Tires look like they should last the rest of the race as well. So let's go back to the front and run back through the standings here. J-Mac in first. Newbie in second. Looks like he's made up a second. Snafu in third. Let's get back up here to the second and first. Somebody made a mistake somewhere. Newbie really pushing it on the exit of that turn. As we get down in here to 10, I think it is. Heading back uphill. And J-Mac. Different line through there. Newbies right on him. It's not close enough yet to make a bid for first. He's been applying the pressure to him for 19 minutes and J-Mac has not broken. But down to 3/10 now. Newbie's still got the fastest lap. Newbie's right there. Gone purple in that sector. Short shift. Keep the tires from spinning. Little correction there. Big squeal through there. Should hear some big squeal through this long right-hander as well. Yep. That sounded awful. See how J-Mac's tires look. Not much difference, is there? Snafu's are a little worse, but not by much. So there we go. We got J-Mac in first by 9/10. Newbie in second by 2 seconds on Snafu. Ron Burgundy's back in fourth. Forfan is in fifth. Ray 6th. Rotten Crowd is 7th. Jim Shady's pretty close in 8th. Don P back in 9th. And Drew we've got back there in 10th place. There he goes, making it through the long right-hander into pit straight 2. Straight line break into this one. Here we go, get it closer to the apex. Little wide there. It's all right. Looks good. All right, let's see what's going on back up front. J-Mac still got a half second on Newbie. It looks like they both did a fast lap, but I bet Newbie... No. Oh, okay. J-Mac did a personal best in that last lap. Pushing it a little wide. Pulled it back in. As they head into this sharp turn here. That would be 11. Then up here into 12. But yeah, 3.37 miles of French countryside. Newbie's right there. He seems to have a better line through that 14, 15, 16, 17 complex. And then J-Mac pulls it out a little bit in the rest of the sections. So it's all about people having better sectors than other, and it kind of evens itself out. J-Max holding on to the lead over Newbie. But yeah, this is the Porsche Carrera GT3. If you watch the Gran Turismo movie, then this was the Porsche that the main character in the race, or in the movie, after he had his crash and got out of the hospital and didn't want to race anymore because he had killed a spectator, which is a true story. But they went back out to the Nürburgring, and this Porsche is what they were driving in that scene. And shortly after the movie came out, they added this car to the game, and we are using that car in this race. So a not so interesting fact. And here we are. Lap 14 down. 24 minutes into the race. Almost 25. So that means we've got about 15 minutes of racing left. And this battle for first place has been raging for that 25 minutes. J-Mac has not really put a foot wrong, and neither has Newbie, but for that matter, neither has Snafu. He hasn't been right on him, but he hasn't faded. So he's just waiting for maybe pick up a easy position or two if they take each other out. But it doesn't look like it. They're racing each other very fair and very clean. Very well matched. So we got Newbie following right there, and J-Max wheels tracks. Ron Burgundy a little ways back, but Forfan is about a second. Hadn't let him get way away from him. Ray's just back here in the middle of nowhere on his own. Same with Jim Shady. Ruttenkraut right here. Don P not too far behind. Saw him off in the grass a little bit ago, just now, but still right there in contention for that spot. Drew must have had a little mistake at some point because he's dropped back to 22 seconds. But, oh, there you go. Brought it back in. Bark, bark. All right. Oh, we missed something here. J-Mac is out by 1 second. Newbie is back. It's still in second, but Snafu is right on his tail. So Newbie must have made a mistake a little bit ago. So we'll stick right here with these drivers. Let's put it on third place, or we'll put it up here on a second so we can see everybody. I think Snafu smells some blood in the water here. Saw him make a mistake and is spurred him on. Little touch of the brakes there going through, but you can tell. Oh, that was really close. Newbie taking it down to the apex. Snafu, it's not having anything of it. It's staying right there as they come down the hill, down into 14, and then into these S's here. Good run off of that turn for Snafu, but straight stretch is too short. But he's taking a good line through turn 1. Nothing gained, nothing lost. There we go. We'll go inside with Newbie. Well, let's go inside with Snafu. There we go. All right. Snafu, this tight 11 turn. Swing it back to the left. Brake around those arrows. Get close to that guardrail. Little wide there. Maybe a little lift. There we go. Little lift. Another little lift. Little brake. Take it to the inside. Swing wide. Swing back to the left. And then little touch of brake to make sure you don't go wide. There we go. Clip that apex. Get close to the wall. Now come left and then straight and brake and get to the right, and then power on out of this one. Maybe a little lift, a little brake. Apply the power. And then here we go, back down the hill. Hit the brakes. Try to brake in a straight line. Little left-right action. Miss the wall. And there you go. There's a lap. Here we go into turn 1. Brake about there. Okay. That was a good run out. Does he have enough run to get past or show his nose anyway? He's right on him. Oh, a little lift. A little early braking so you don't get into the back of him. Your braking distance is different if you're following somebody. So you can't do your normal braking, brake a little early. Out on the rumble, you got to use all of the pavement that you can. There we go. And if you notice down there, looks like he's a little traction control. Oh, it couldn't couldn't get the power down because he was on the grass. But if you look over there to the right at the bottom where his throttle indicator is, there's that DRS lit up right there. That's a drag reduction something, I don't know, DRS, but it system, drag reduction system. So what it would do is you push a button and it flattens out your back wing so that you have more straight line speed. But in this series it's not allowed here, but I think they are allowing the use of it in 2 different races coming up. So, but yeah, it's on the car but not available for use here. I don't think it would be a big advantage here, maybe on this little straight stretch here, but you turn so much it's not available, because as soon as you turn the wheel, that DRS highlight goes away, because you cannot use DRS when your steering wheel is turned. So we're here with Snafu back in 3rd place. Newbie has bought a little time up there, so it looks pretty evenly spaced, about just under a second between first and second and second and third. We'll go back here. Ron is still in front of Forfan, but not by much more than half a second. And looks like their tire usage is about halfway. Oh, wow. Forfan just kept it on the racetrack through there. I thought he was going to run wide. Got a little late apex going on there from Forfan. So we go up here into 13. Up the hill. And down into the last complex of corners here. Everybody keeps it off the wall, keeps it on the track. 19 laps down, 34 minutes done. And Forfan still got that 0.6 seconds back. Not letting him get away. Let's see what's going on up front. Looks to be about the same. J-Mac and Newbie have put a little distance on Snafu, but that seems to be ebbing and flowing back and forth as the helicopter chases these two down to get a good view, though we can't use those cameras. That would be kind of cool if we could. Into the big sweeping right turn, which is turn number 8, which looks like a 3 on the map there, but here we go into 11. So if we take a look at our standings, J-Mac's still up in the lead, and Matt and Castro are not here, so looks like Snafu should make a pretty good jump up in the standings, and not Jim Shady should as well. And Forfan will probably pick up a couple positions too, so the championship standings will be shaken up after this race. So go back here with no overlays. J-Mac still in first. Newbies still in second. And Snafu with half a second penalty in third. Ron in fourth. Floorfan in fifth. Ray sixth. Jim Shady for now in seventh with Rotten Kraut taking a look at him. Let's hang out here for a moment. Jim Shady's holding on to seventh for now, but Rotten Kraut a little wide there, but can he make a good run off that corner? Kind of a wide out, tight in. Kind of make a diamond out of the corner where you kind of go a little wide and cut it back. You lose a little bit going in, but you make up a little coming out. Rotten Kraut's trying to catch him. Jim Shady did a good through there. Looked like Rotten went a little wide, so probably couldn't go as fast as he wanted to. Jim Shady missed the apex by a little bit there. And he's put about a second and a half on Rotten Kraut, so he's pulled that out. Rotten Kraut's in 8th. Don P back there in 9th. And finish it up here with Drew in 10th place. Everybody's still on the same lap. No lapped cars, so that's good. Glad to see Drew has not given up. I mean, it's easy to just really hate your life being back there, but he was 22 seconds, so he's made up 6 seconds, so I think he's getting a feel for the track. Hey Castro, let's see, you want to go check out Rotten Kraut? Let's see where he's at. See if he can make up some time on Jim Shady. He was right up there on him, but I think he was pushing a little too much. Looks like he's used up his tires on the front a little more than everybody else. Let's see what Jim Shady's fronts look like. Holy crap. Jim Shady's tires look like fresh daisies compared to Rotten Kraut. But Rotten Kraut has had a lot of time to make up. He's really pushing that car. 39 minutes into the race. We might be about done. Let's see here. J-Mac finishing lap 21, getting ready to start lap 2, and his fuel indicator is starting to flash. So he's got one more lap to get done. Let's see here if it says final lap here. There we go. Okay, so final lap for J-Mac. Oh, Ron Burgundy is finished. Here's Ray's coming into the last chicane. Jim Shady, as they come up the hill, looks like he's got this position if he doesn't make any mistakes. Let's see Ray come through here in 6th place to the checkered flag. Jim Shady, so far so good. 2 to go. There's 1. There's 2. Rotten's making a run. Can he get him? Oh! There you go. Don P coming through in 9th place. There we go. All right. And here we go. Drew's coming down the hill, getting ready to finish the race. Get that Bark Box Porsche across the line for 10th place, top 10 finish. There we go. So we just have the top 3 to go. J-Mac look like he's got this in the bag. Just 4 more corners, but they're tough ones. He could make a mistake. Newbies pushing. 2 to go. 1 to go. And J-Mac crossed the line for first. Newbie second. And here comes Snafu for the finish and the last podium spot in third. So there you have it. That was a real good battle for first place. J-Mac for 40 minutes was hounded by Newbie. That was a heck of a race between J-Mac, Newbie, and Snafu. Newbie ended up with the fastest lap, but not by a whole lot. But that'll be a extra point for his standings. But yeah, that was a really good race for the first place. We haven't had a whole lot of that. But yeah, we've got Newbie in second, Snafu in third, Ron Burgundy fourth, Forfan, and in fifth, Ray Ray sixth, Jim Shady seventh, Rotten Crowd in eighth. Then we got Don P in ninth, Drew in 10th, and Old School did not finish. So I believe that's it for this. Thanks for everybody joining in to watch the race or showing up to watch it later. Next week we will be at the Autodrome National Monza with no chicane. So that should be a very interesting race for sure, with the no chicane part in there. So that'll be some high speed front stretch into turn 1, which is a long sweeping right hander, and then the S is there, the left right. So that'll be your pinch point for the lap 1. So should be interesting. And glad everybody was in here. If you like, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you don't. And we will see you later.